Hello and howdy, and welcome back to episode 4 of Detailer's Guide. This time we are checking out 3 tips and tricks for detailing. One of them is going to be released soon. Hopefully, it is by the time you see this video. Stick to the end to know about the mod.
And before we move on, if you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new and enjoying the content. And thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of it.
Starting with the most asked question, how do you make these farms? Well, to get started, first of all, we will need this mod, Farming Surfaces and Decals, which is created by Heristes and uploaded by the Broman 10, which includes 57 farming surfaces, among which are mud soil, straw flat, straw rows, crop rows, grass crops, grass rows, and grass lines, and one carrot hedge surface. And on the decal side, you have 62 tire marks decal, among which you have grass, dirt, and mud tire marks. Now, how to use them? Well, for surfaces that are just normal surfaces with no pattern like these straw flats, you can place them however you like and they won't cause any issues with the direction or anything. But for the ones which are like the rows, like these straw rows, the way the direction of rows work is that the direction the row faces is perpendicular to the first 2 points you place while making the surface. That means if I place first 2 points like here, then the row will face on the right direction, making the pattern go kind of perpendicular to the first 2 points you placed. And this is not tied to what shape of surface you draw. So you can see over here, even with this weird surface, this pattern followed the first 2 points. And just like this, switching with surfaces, you can make farms like these. Now detailing them is another task. So we will come over here and I will make a small setup. There we go. And you can see we have this frame and some main buildings for farms. So there are 2 ways of placing farm surfaces. First is where you go corner to corner and equal gaps everywhere with the road or any main building. The other is more of a freestyle look and the corners are beveled. So you can see here that green farm has more of sharp corners with equal gaps, and which is suitable for some edge to edge bush detailing, as you can see. But on the right side, you can do the bush detailing, but the big corners with beveled edges allows you to place big trees there, which highlights the corners in a farm. And you can see the difference between both the methods in these cinematics. Now let me show you another scenario where you can detail differently. So over here we have this land where we don't have a road going. There can be conditions where you don't want such wide roads and possibly have a look of big farms. But here we are going to make a road, but it's going to be for the looks. So if you come to decals and road markings and scroll down, we have the decals of tire marks. Starting with these tractor tire marks, then we have grass tire marks, then we have dirt tire marks, and lastly we have mud tire marks. So over here we are going to be using dirt tire marks, and especially this short one at 1 meter spacing for smoother curves. And we will just place them in middle here. Now to merge the decal properly with the road, we will take help of other markings, and the trick to blend it in is actually pretty easy. All you have to do is just rotate and transform the decal. So you can see over here, rotating it with very small increments and changing its elevation or transform slightly can help really well with the fade off that we are looking for. And well, mixing dirt and mud also looks pretty good. And finish this off with some bushes and fences to make it look good, just like we have got over here in our farms and in front of our brewery. And now we can move to tip number 2, which is road markings. So let's come closer, and you can see we have a very bad marking going on here on the roundabout. So I will open Netlines tab, and here we have got these markings. Some are vanilla, some are by Elgato. So I will grab the solid line and start placing on the roundabout here. And the best part about this is that you can edit the line later accordingly with the help of Move It mod. Now you can see these 3 open areas, and here we will build some pavement designs using Elgato's pavements and curb netlines. First of all, starting with the curb netline to make out the open areas and using pavement decals over here to fill the area inside them. The overflow of decal will not be worry, as you will see right now, as we have this vanilla road netlane that will hide the overflow and make it look like this. Then we can use the same vanilla road netlane to hide this ugly road marking coming from the north road. You can do more if you feel like, but the amount of detailing is all up to you. You can also do some different kinds of road detailing, like for example over here we have this bus stop, and this is a bus parking lane made by the game. So I can come over here and place some bus stop or bus lane decals with some bus logo, and in the middle we can place yellow bus stop decal with some yellow dotted or dashed line to indicate the boundaries of the bus stop. And if we hit play, you can see how everything fits perfectly over here. And if you want, you can also draw out bus lane surface over here just to add to the look. And now we come to the new stuff by Elgato, which is just released, and that is Dirty Road Packs, which has these 18 net lanes, 7 pathway net lanes, among which we have wide and narrow versions, and then 11 road net lanes. So starting from these 3, these are narrow versions of dirt pathways, so slightly narrower than the vanilla pathway, and down below are slightly wider than vanilla pathway with some fade offs, so you can easily place them above vanilla ones to hide it. Then on the right side we have this gravel pathway, which I think for me is going to be an alternate for vanilla pathway, as it has much more details in it. And lastly we have all the dirt road net lanes, which are slightly wider than the alley roads, so you can use them to hide it. So let's use them, shall we? If we come over here to this high school I built, I have this surface which is acting as a custom pathway. So I'm gonna delete it and replace it with one of the narrow pathways. And over here you can see we have some overlaps. Either you can line it up using Move It, or use Move It to change the elevation of the end of the netlane for some smoother transitions. And as you can see, it looks so much better now. The other use case of this mod can be over here in one of my farms where I have gravel alley road, so I can use any one of the dirt netlane and just trace it on the gravel road, and just take a look at the difference between both of these guys. New one is so much better. The another reason this mod is so good is because you guys know you cannot place buildings on invisible roads, as the game doesn't recognize it as a road, and it is more difficult to make a custom surface road. But with these you can just hide the working roads or paths with these, and you get best of both worlds. And this was episode 4 of Retailer's Guide, and I hope you enjoyed this one and learned something. And if you did, then please leave a like, and if you keep coming back to the channel or if you're new, then do subscribe. Join my Patreon if you want to support the channel and get some cool perks and be a part of Clover community. I'll highly appreciate it. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and happy building.